YouTube. Today we are going to solve an equation with roots, exponents, and the use of formulas. Please like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the channel. My Cash App is with the $ up front, Fantastic Baseball. Here we see a complex situation that can be very difficult with the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 times the square root of 5. So let's break this down piece by piece by using the formulas of root, base, and then the power, and then flipping that to the base to the power divides the root, and the use of product rule. Here's an example of x to the 5 times x to the 3 is equal to x to the 5 plus 3. So let's get started. First, let's manipulate this piece of the equation. I'm going to circle it here. So square root of 5. The square root has a root index of 2. Okay. And then 5 can be written as 5 to the power of 1. And then when we flip this, see here, 5 is considered the base, 1 is the power, and 2 is the root, or the root index. And this can be flipped to 5 to the 1/2 power. So let's rewrite this equation now. So square root of 5 times the square root of 5 times 5 to the 1/2 power. Okay. Let's have that marinate there. Is equal to 125 to the power of x. So let's manipulate the next piece, in which is this 5 right here. Okay. So we can rewrite the 5 as 5 to the power of 1. So it's going to be the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 to the power of 1 times 5 to the 1/2 power. Now we see a situation of here where we can utilize product rule and then set equal to 125 to the power of x. So let's circle the next piece. And we want to use this formula here, product rule of base to the power times base to the power is equal to the base to the power plus the power. So x to the 5 times x to the 3 is equal to x to the 5 plus 3. Here we see the base of 5 to the power of 1 times the base of 5 to the power of 1/2. So this could be rewritten as the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 to the 1 plus 1/2. Okay. 1 plus 1/2 is equal to 2 over 2 plus 1/2. And that is equal to 3 over 2. Okay. Let's write the other side of the equation here. So this is going to now be square root of 5 times the square root of 5 to the 3/2 power. Okay. Is equal to 125 to the power of x. Let's rewrite this again. 5 times the square root of 5 to the 3/2 power. is equal to 125 to the power of x. Now let's circle the next piece of the equation that we're going to look at. Is right here. So we know the square root has a root index of 2. So let's handle this here. So this can be rewritten as, let's circle it first. So the square root of 5 to the power of 3/2, and that is going to be rewritten as with the 2 in the root area of the square root. So the square root of 5 to the 3/2 power. And then this can be manipulated with the formula base to the power divides the root. So this could be rewritten as 5 to the 3/2 divided by 2. So 5 times 5 to the 3/2 divided by 2 is equal to 125 to the power of x. Okay, so let's have that marinate there for a little bit. So now we're going to look at 3/2 divided by 2. And let's simplify that really quickly here. And then we want to make 2 a fraction, and then we multiply by the reciprocal. So 3/2 times by 1/2 is equal to 3/4. So it's going to be the square root of 5 times 5 to the 3/4 power is equal to 125 to the power of x. Now, we want to circle the next part we want to work on is this 5 here. That can be rewritten as 5 to the power of 1. Okay? So it's going to be the square root of 5 to the power of 1 times 5 to the 3/4 power is set equal to 125 to the power of x. Okay, now we are in business here. So we could use product rule again to simplify this piece here, because we got the same base of 5, and when we see we have a power of 1 and 3/4, so that can be rewritten as the square root of 5 to the 1 plus 3/4 is equal to 125 to the power of x. And then 1 plus 3/4, let's rewrite this again. 1 plus 3/4 is equivalent to 4/4 plus 3/4, and that is equal to 7/4. So the square root of 5 to the 7/4 is equal to 125 to the power of x. So now we need to manipulate the 125 here. So 125 is equal to 5 times 5 times 5, and that is equal to 5 to the third power. So now we have the square root of 5 to the 7/4 power is equal to 5 to the power of 3, and then you already have another power of x there, so multiply by x. So let's have that marinate there for a second. And then we want to manipulate the left-hand side of the equation because we have a root there, and it's a square root and has a root index of 2. So the square root of 5 to the 7/4 power can be rewritten as the square root of 2, 5 to the 7/4 power. And then we could utilize base to the power divides the root. And the base is 5, the power is 7/4, and the root is 2. So it's going to be 5 to the 7/4 divided by 2. Okay. So it's going to be 5 to the 7/4 divided by 2 over 1. We want to make the 2 a fraction and then multiply by the reciprocal. So that's going to be 5 to the 7/4 times 1 over 2. Okay? So that's going to be 5 to the power of 7/8. So now 5 to the 7/8 is equal to 5 to the power of 3x. Now we have the base of 5 and the base of 5. And then there are two exponents. So now that the bases are the same on both sides of the equation, you could set the exponents equal to each other. So since we have those the same, see here, this 5 and this 5, those are your bases. So since those are the same, you could just set the exponents equal to each other. So 7/8 is equal to 3x. Okay. So now we want to divide both sides of the equation by 3 to isolate x by itself. So 7/8 divided by 3 is equal to x. And remember, we want to make 3 a fraction, so we put it over 1. And then we multiply by the reciprocal, so it's going to be 7 over 8 times 1 over 3 is equal to x. And your final answer is going to be 7 times 1 is 7, divided by 8 times 3 is 24. So 7 over 24 is equal to x. This is your solution. If you need math help, text 559-744-3169. Let's write it again here. 559-744-3169 for services. Thank you so much, and let's learn math together. Please have this marinate. Thank you so much.